Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, Madam Anne.
Are you up to learn?
Yes.
Written.
Yes.
Are you ready to learn?
Yes.
So here comes the analysis of A Doll's House by Pompey Blue, Precious Blood Kagwe. And these are very, very unique school. Girls are smart, girls are self-driven, and they are here ready to analyze A Doll's House, or rather to look at what exactly does it mean, A Doll's House by Henrik
Ibsen.
And that one reminds us that a person who writes plays is called
A playwright.
Oh, a playwright. Did you forget that?
No.
Really? Good. No. But every writer, when a writer is writing, they don't just pick information for granted or for just for fun. And when you talk about a writer writing a book, any writer, any artist, we say a writer is an artist. Why? Because they apply creativity, they apply imagination, they look at a society. What is the problem in society? What exactly is happening? And now, when I look at this problem in society, how am I going to communicate it back to the society? Because we form a society. Are you part of a society?
Yes.
We all coming from homes. Okay, and homes, our families are part of a big community. However, of course, by now we are Africans, or who is a Mzungu? Yeah, even Wazungu, they also live in a community, isn't it?
Yes.
So we form that big family. So when a writer observes, he wants to communicate a particular message. He wants to communicate a particular
Message.
And this is what Henrik Ibsen is doing. And he comes up with this work of art. Set in which country?
Norway.
Norway. See, I hope some of us have been to Norway, Yeah. Some of us just landed yesterday.
Yeah.
So, the book is set in Norway. And at that time when the book is set, there must have been something that was happening, yeah? The writer has observed something in that setting. And there's something that he wants to communicate. So he has to bring it out in the best way possible, okay?
Yes.
Using his creativity, using imagination. Of course, he has done what we call vivid observation, okay? He has been able to draw out his characters very well. That has he achieved?
Yes.
Has he come up with the characters in a very, very effective manner?
Yes.
Are the characters able to communicate his message?
Yes.
Good. And this is the person we call a writer. Tomorrow will be writers. True or false?
True.
Because you are great women. Yeah?
Yes.
Precious Blood Kagwe is a school of great women. Women, yeah. We are no longer girls. Yeah? We are women who want to go out and transform the society in which we live. So we observe something and we want to communicate it, yeah, in the best way possible. Are we together?
Yes.
Good. Now, Elizabeth, tell us what is the main message that Henrik Ibsen wanted to communicate through A Doll's House?
In A Doll's House, we have there's a story about a couple
Yeah.
where things in the house, it's about a husband and a wife
Yeah.
who clearly don't seem to take each other seriously. Things are carried in a childish way, and Henrik Ibsen tries to explain the fate of a woman who tries to look for freedom in her way to express herself without being enclosed in a forceful way of doing things, or a way of doing things that people like and she doesn't like. So he's trying to show us how she goes about it and how the problem gets solved in the story.
Has she put it right?
Yes.
She's a woman who is trying to seek freedom, yeah? She's on a journey of discovery, true?
Yes.
Nora, we see Nora on a journey of discovery amidst all the challenges that she comes through, especially the challenge of male dominance, isn't it?
Yes.
It is an issue that comes up as she tries to self-discover herself, as she tries to ask herself, who am I in this context? Who am I as a woman? Is gender going to define me? Are we going to be defined by gender?
No.
That we cannot do this simply because I'm a woman? No. So we see this woman in the struggle of trying to ask herself, who am I? Okay. And then we can see that she's a protagonist. You remember who is a protagonist?
Yes.
Who is a protagonist in a work of art? The main character. The main character is a protagonist. In this case, Nora becomes our protagonist, the main character in the book. So again, when we look at Nora, we are seeing a woman who at first, at the beginning of the book, as girls will not like her. Yeah? As ladies, we are not going to buy the idea of Nora just agreeing to the petty names by Helma, yes, isn't it? Example of the petty names that Helma refers to Nora as. Squirrel, yes. Good. Skylark, right? My little good Patrick, yeah. And at the beginning of the book, we are not happy about how she responds to this, isn't it? Good. But again, as the book as the story progresses, we encounter a woman who is different from what at first we thought. Yeah, yeah. We don't see the same woman. The character is changing. The character changes. So we get a character who is round. A round character is a character that you cannot predict. We call them round character. She's a round character. Why? She changes as the story progresses. She doesn't remain static. Remain what?
Static.
Yeah, somebody who is static. No, she's round. So as the story progresses, we see the character changing, taking a character trait altogether. Okay. Now, I want Elizabeth to tell us exactly what is the problem in the book. What is the main conflict in the book?
So, the problem started when Nora, the problem started when Nora, Helma, took a loan without Torvald's consent. She concealed the secret to herself and letting other people like Miss Linde to get to know about the secret. But now the real problem comes out when not when her husband comes to find out. And there's a conflict that comes up where Helma insults Nora and tells her words like, let's say for example, she was told that she's not fit to raise their children, and this brought up Nora coming to understand herself. So the main problem is how women are treated during those days. They were not allowed to do such kind of things like taking loans and maybe trying to stand for themselves as independent women. So being that Nora was treated as a child, she no okay, Helma didn't see as if she could do something like that. So it's like they were just living in a game where no one trusts each other, no one believes in the other, and no one can stand for the other. Because Nora only took the loan for Helma's sake, because she was afraid that she would lose her husband. But we come to see, but when Helma comes to find out, he treats Nora in a way that's not good. So that's where the problem comes out.
Good. And we find that there are many ways of approaching a problem, right?
Yes.
There are many ways of looking at a problem. A problem has come up. Yeah? A problem has come up. Do you think that that was the best way, Sonia? Do you think that that was the best way in which Helma looked at the problem? Do you think that he could have thought otherwise after coming to the realization that Nora had taken a loan, okay, without his consent? Do you think that was the best approach that you would have taken? Do you think there was another way of looking at the problem? Was this the best way? Like calling her names, abusing her. You are not fit to raise my children. If you're in the position of Helma, how would you have approached it?
Okay, first,
Mhm.
it was wrong for Helma to call Nora all those names and such. Like for example, you're not fit to raise the children. Yet all Nora has done all her life is to raise up the children. He could have been reasonable and thought for a second and tried to reason with her instead of attacking her all at once.
Yeah. You think the same, class?
Yes.
Do you think the character would have reacted better?
Yes.
Yeah. You think the same, Stacy? What do would you like to add something to what Sonia said? Yeah, good. Mm-hmm.
I think Helma had thought how like Nora, why Nora did that thing, because obviously Nora had a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Now Helma could have asked Nora first why she forged her father's signature and then like listened her out instead of calling her names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think in our today's society women are treated in this way? Do you think that there are circumstances where you find that the husband is not able to reason out with the wife first?
Yes.
A couple does not, first of all, get to know the root problem of something.
Yes.
Because we get to understand that even in this forgery, even in all that was done, it was for the good of who? Helma,
Helma.
right? But he doesn't first of all consider that it is done for your own good. But the first reaction is to dismiss her altogether. Yeah, you're not fit to raise my children. You are not. Yeah, you could find yourself in such a situation, and that is why when a problem comes up, we are looking at the characters and how they come in to solve the problem that has just arisen. Are you together? So there's a problem that has come up. So the characters in the book, in the work of art, the playwright has made the characters to do what? To interact, okay, with each other. How do you look at this? How do you solve this? How do you do this? Mrs. Linda comes up. Dr. Rank comes in, yeah? Who are the other characters in the book? Roxanne comes in, yes? Mrs. Linda, okay? So they come up, all trying to look at the problem, okay? We have established the problem, yeah? We have seen how the problem got to the climax and what is going to happen next. And as they continue to talk about this problem on stage, once Helma comes to realize what Nora has done, imagine without even being asked, Nora says, let me go, let me go. You remember? Yeah, she knows that she's in danger because she has been waiting and she already knew that the moment my husband comes to know of this, I'll be gone. You remember her saying, deprave my own my own children, yeah? Poison my own home. You remember her saying that, right? So we could say a foreshadow of what we already expected, that the worst was to happen, right? And we have also noticed something that a conflict or a problem that comes in a society doesn't always have to be solved in a positive way. Is a divorce a positive way of solving things? But in this case, we see them parting ways, right? We see them parting ways and saying that it's only when your doll is taken away from you that you're going to get the freedom that you want. Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to live in. I'm not going to spend night in a strange man's house. All of a sudden, he becomes a stranger. Both of them are strangers. Yeah. So, what are the other issues that come up in the book as this woman tries to liberate herself? As Nora tries to self-discover herself? What are the other issues, Magdalene? Any other issue that comes up in the book? Yeah, or we come to realize in the book as we try to solve the conflict.
Yes, there's some issues that we realize in the book when we come to solving the progresses of the book. We see that in the book, uh, you see that Helma is self-centered because the first time he gets to know that Nora took a loan, the first reaction is what will people think of him and how will it be. He didn't he didn't want to know why Nora took the loan. He first looked at himself. He was always self-centered. He never wanted to know Nora how Nora reasoned. So we find out that Helma was one man who was so self-centered and he loved himself so much that he was so considerate of his picture outside than the ones surrounding him like Nora. So okay, according to me, I can say that Helma is a self-centered man.
So in that we can see there was that male dominance. Eh?
Yes.
He thinks himself superior to the women. Yeah. You remember what he tells Nora? You are that is just like a woman, right? Yeah. So again, we get to know as Magdalene has told us that men in the society, when you talk about being self-centered, is like looking at all that pertains you, okay, without exactly thinking about the next person. It's me, I, myself, right?
Yes.
Something like that. Me, I, myself. You don't mind about the feelings. You don't mind whether you hurt another person. I don't care how you feel, Shelmy, okay? Okay, Ruth. So I don't care. So again, we look at this self-centeredness that is brought through male dominance. Are you together?
Yes.
Yeah. Do we find any other issue that comes up as these characters try to interact to solve this conflict that has come up? Yes, and say.
Another issue is that mm,
Do we find the issue of aggression? Is there aggression in the book? Do you find aggression?
yes.
Is somebody aggressive?
Yes.
Do you find aggression?
Yes.
In what way? Yes, Sharon.
Aggressiveness is seen in a way that Torvald is not able to think of his actions when he finds out about what Nora did. First, he becomes aggressive and he he's not able to control his anger. he insults Nora, and after he comes to find out that Torvald has taken back what he had said, then that's when he comes to recall of what he had said back, and that's why we see that he's aggressive and he does not want to listen to Nora.
Good. We find the idea of being aggressive. Yeah, there is aggression in the book again. Even Krogstad, he tries to threaten who? Nora. If I lose my post in the bank, you also lose yours. Sindio? No, no, no. So again, you look at characters' relationship in the book. You look at the characters and the way they relate to each other. Yeah, all are trying to solve a conflict. They are all trying to solve a conflict. So there are many ways in which the characters come in. So again, we look at the role of the characters. Why do you think that Henrik Ibsen introduces all these characters? At the beginning of the book opens with how many characters? Nora and Henrik in a conversation, right? So these two characters are interacting with each other at the beginning of the book. There's no conflict at the beginning. Everything is good, yeah. Seen even from the self the what the stage direction. Can you all read that stage direction on the first page very quickly? A room furnished. All of us together.
A room furnished comfortably and tastefully, but not extravagantly. At the back, a door to the right leads to the entrance hall, another to the left leads to Elma's study. Between the doors stands a piano. In the middle of the left-hand wall is a door, and beyond it a window. Near the window are a coffee table, armchairs, and a small sofa. In the right-hand wall, at the further end, another door, and on the same side, nearer the footlight, a stove, two easy chairs, and a rocking chair. Between the stove and the door, a small table, engravings on the wall, a cabinet with china and other small objects, a small bookcase with well-bound books. The floor are carpeted, and a fire burns in the stove. It is winter. A bell rings in the hall. Shortly afterwards, the door is heard to open. Enter Nora, humming a tune and in high spirits. She is in outdoor dress and carries a number of parcels. She lays the lace on the table to the right. She leaves the outer door open after her, and through it is seen a porter who is carrying a Christmas tree and a basket, which she gives to the maid who has opened the door.
The mood is lively, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see her. She's even humming, eh? Which song do you like humming so much? You can see the character coming in, yeah? You can see Nora, no stress. She's coming like when your parents are coming from maybe from a trip or maybe somebody has gone out and then they're coming into the house back after all that. She's carrying her own parcels, yeah? And behind is a porter with a Christmas tree, okay? And the mood is lively from the same direction. We cannot even guess any problem in that house. Yeah, there's nothing to guess about. There was no problem to solve there. So again, we see a lively mood introduced by the stage direction at the first. But again, as we continue, this is where now different characters come on stage, right? We encounter different characters coming on stage, and each character plays a particular role. And I told you, there's no way Henrik Ibsen just imagined of a character by the name Mrs. Lind and said, I'll just put her there, okay, just for decoration. No, every character, just like every human being in society, plays a particular role. Do you have roles that you play? Everyone. Yeah, and we say, can we say that Mercy is useless? No. Neither can we say that Naomi is useless, yeah? So again, every character, maybe minus this girl in our school, will be different. There will be some difference, yeah? Yeah, but there's a role that she plays. When she's not a prefect, we don't have to be in a leadership position. But every one of you plays a particular role. Even in that study that you do in person, the private study, you are contributing to the entire school mean, isn't it? Because when you get a B plus, another one gets an A minus. Like our school, we are fond of getting what? A minus, A clean, such grades, yeah? Because of this school of great women, yeah? So everybody plays her role. Suppose one just decide to sleep every time, and then when we come to the final exam, somebody just wakes up and say, God help me. Can it work? No. It can't work. So everybody has to play a role. Again, the same case when it comes to a book, the work of art. They are not just there for fun. So tell me, after we have seen the two characters at the beginning of a book, at the beginning of the book, Patience, at the beginning of the book, after we have seen the two characters come in the middle there is a character who also gets in after Helma exits, yeah? After Nora and after Helma exits into his study room, Mrs. Lind comes in on stage, yeah? Do you think that Mrs. Lind was playing any particular role? What was the contribution to the plot or to the work of art by Mrs. Linde? Okay, are you together? So, what contribution did Mrs. Linde make in the book? Yes, Magdalene.
Miss Linda in the book is the one who helped. She contributed a lot in helping Helma discover that Nora had taken a loan, because if it were not for Miss Linde, Helma wouldn't have realized that Nora had taken a loan. So we find that Miss Linde really helped Helma in finding out that Nora had taken a loan. So she really plays a big role in the book.
Good. Yes, Sharon.
We also find out that Mrs. Lind helps in saving Nora from the fraud that from the way Krogstad had decided that he was going to take advantage of the fact that Torvald had been the manager of the bank. She comes and reunites with Krogstad, where he sees that what he's doing to Nora and Torvald is wrong. So there she acts as a way of saving, even though the Nora and Torvald separate, she helps them in a way that when she unites with Torvald, he forgives, he stops, he takes back what he had wanted to do to Torvald, and there she helps in solving the problem.
Good. Good point. So again, are we talking about Mrs. Lind also helping in the plot development?
Yes.
The story continues. Minus her, the story cannot continue. Yeah? If Helma exited and went, we could not have had the story continue, isn't it, Favor? Yeah, we could not have the story go on. But that character comes in, okay, to tell us that the story still continues. Again, can you tell me something? Through this character, Mrs. Lind, coming in, Helen, through this character coming in, please tell us whether we are able to learn another character trait of Nora. Have we come to know Nora differently through the coming of Mrs. Lind? Yeah. Which are the character traits that we come up with when we are talking about this?
I can say that Nora is.
Could you speak up?
I can say that Nora is dishonest
Mm-hmm.
as she reveals to Miss Lee of the forgery that she did, of the loan that she took, and informing Miss Lee that he has Helma that
So again, through the character of Mrs. Lind, we come to know Nora better, right? We come to understand Nora better, right? Yeah. Again, we didn't know her. We didn't know Nora as the person we have come to know her through the coming of Mrs. Lind. Through their conversation, we get to know exactly who this character is, right? So a character coming on stage will help us to know a character trait of a person, because we say that we can know the character of another character by what other characters say about us, you know? Again, from what the characters say, isn't it? And we can tell that they were close friends, yeah? Yeah, she thought that Lind didn't become a confidant, yeah? Somebody that you can tell her a secret, you know? Yeah. Now, my friends, as we end this session, we are going to continue with this session looking at this wonderful play by Henrik Ibsen. We continue looking at the way he has been able to achieve his goal to deliver this message on this woman, the protagonist in the play, who is trying to discover herself, We continue with the same great job that we are doing. That's from Three Blue Girls. And again, we also continue to look at, and in the next session, you tell me, towards the end of the book, do you support Nora leaving Helma? Do you support the action of Nora leaving Helma?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Like serious?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
You don't? How many do support the Nora leaving Helma? You want Nora to leave Helma forever?
Yes.
You do not wish that she rethinks her idea? You don't want to come back? You want the man to suffer?
Yes.
To suffer?
Yes.
How many are with Helma? How many? Only one. Only very few ladies. So the man is in trouble because even those who are reading the book are not on his side. So I hope you're enjoying the book, right?
Yes.
What would you like to tell those watching us, those other girls and boys in other various schools looking at us? What would you like to tell them? Jen? You like to tell them? Yes. You tell them that it's fun reading Edos. What else would you tell them? Yes. Can we have one person? Can we have Elizabeth concluding for us and telling us what you'd like to tell other students out there on Edo's House?
So, what I'd like to tell the other students out there about the Doll's House, actually, this is the most interesting book that you could ever read. It features so many things about a woman, not only women, even men. So, this book is the best. Read it, understand it, discuss it, and you'll find the interest in this book. So, as we continue in our next session, please join us and you'll understand better. Thank you.
And that is Precious Blood Kagwe from Trees on Edo